Hey guys, I'm back for another video. In the previous videos that I've made, as you know, they were a little depressing to say the least. I was mostly bedridden, dealing with all the usual antibiotic-induced symptoms, side effects, and today I'm in my spirits are higher, I'm feeling better, so I decided to make this video. And so what I want to talk about today is something I haven't really talked much about in the past videos. Questions about existence, adversity, why things happen the way they do. When you get damaged by drugs, logical thinking sort of goes out the window for a lot of people. The way you used to see the universe and the world is completely different now. Whereas once I thought about life in this way, I now think about it in a completely different way. And in a way, it's I guess it's a more raw way of looking at the world, and maybe that's not such a bad thing, but boy, I sure miss the ignorance. They say that bliss or ignorance is bliss, and sometimes I miss that bliss, because when you view the world through the eyes of and the mind of a post-drug induced event, it's in a way it's scary, but in a way it's sort of more revealing. So I guess there's two sides to the coin, and maybe a lot of you who are watching this, if you've been poisoned by drugs yourselves, maybe you can relate that you sort of question why this happened to you. What was the reason for it happening in the first place? Could you have taken a different path and prevented this from happening? These are all questions that I've asked myself time and time again. Not every day, but quite frequently, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like this was all meant to happen, like there was no stopping it, and then other times I feel like there's something I could have done to prevent this from happening. But in the end, I think what was meant to happen always happens, cause and effect. But it doesn't stop you from asking these sorts of questions. Why we're here is a whole different question. But why stuff like this happens is, well, it becomes a fundamental question post antibiotic-induced toxicity. And so, this also kind of relates to how strange life is, how strange when you turn on the news, when you open the newspaper, when you start looking at the events that happen around the world, you just realize how incredibly strange and mysterious life is. The things that occur, it's just unreal. You think it's a movie or just some sort of weird, strange matrix. But it is what it is. I know there's people who have it far worse than I do. And I know that there's people who have it a lot better than I do, that are in a lot better place than I am. In the end, it is what it is. I think for those of us who are enduring these types of traumatic events. I think there's only one direction we can focus on, and that's to move forward, to try and move on from this, because let's be honest, some of us are dealing probably with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a very debilitating condition. Anyway, I just thought I just think life is very strange. You think you're going in one direction, and then suddenly life takes you in a completely different direction. It keeps you there for a certain amount of time, and maybe it takes you to a different place later on. And another thing I ask myself is why I survived, because I took so much Cipro, I took so much H. pylori antibiotics. It's enough to kill 100 people, the amount that I had placed into my body. And yet there's people who take one single pill and are now deceased, no longer living. So that's another question. I feel truly blessed that I survived. I mean, there's no question I should be thanking God for even being here. But at the same time, I'm living with mental illness, I'm living with physical illness, condition, so many conditions, symptoms and side effects that it makes living very, very difficult. So on one hand, I'm happy I'm alive, but on the other hand, I'm completely devastated that my quality of life is extremely low. And anyway, I know so many people are going through this very same ordeal, and sometimes I try to focus on the positives, and sometimes the negatives outweigh the positives, but I try to keep going, and I know many of you are doing the same. And I look up to a lot of people who are going through this as well, because if they can keep going, maybe I can keep going as well. So anyway, I'm going to end things off here. I just thought I'd share a few thoughts that were on my mind, again, about how strange the world is and how much adversity we face in this world. I don't know if I'll ever be able to make sense of everything that has happened, but at the same time, I still have my hopes, I still have my dreams that I'm trying to keep an eye on. And I hope everybody's doing the same. I hope that you guys are kind of focusing your time and your energy on the future and a better, healthier you. Because, I mean, that's all we can do. We can just look forward to improved health. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you're healthy, and if you're not, I hope that you start regaining your health as soon as possible. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.